to Hades, the reformer of hooker whores, and the bronze god, the one, the only, the legendary Chris Bay.
Good afternoon to the good people. Good afternoon to the bad people, friends and enemies. And good afternoon, boom, shakalaka to you all. I am Chris Base, and this is called BaseLine. We congregate every Friday, and that's at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, and 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Always wanting you to be well where you are. So let me get these little doohickeys up here real quick. We can begin said program. So, bam. All right. There goes official. Oh my God. Okay, see, I don't know what's up. I apologize because Facebook always got not Facebook, but I'm sorry. I gotta look so fucking hideous. StreamYard always has some new shit going. And I remember they told us about this. They gave us a heads up and everything else. And now I don't know what they did. They had this thing called Mars. MARS, some acronym for some shit. And so it makes your head like 10 times bigger than what it is. And so I'm looking at myself on Facebook Live and it's disgusting. So now I got to backtrack and see how to get my big ass head smaller again from where it was. And I don't know why Facebook is fucking with me because I pay them a lot like anybody else. You know, I pay them a month, fee. And this is what you get. They're going to swell up your head. It's just I apologize again. So I had to do some work over the weekend. Again, you know how much I hate tech. This is sick, man. So yeah, this is oh my god. So damn, this is a shame. Go out to the peanut gallery. Say happy Friday to Barbara Jean. She's on both the Facebook Live there and the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is the Chris Base channel, all one word with a dot at the end, channel or period. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. It's all one word. Also catch me on Instagram. I am the Base. You want to call in 312-597-2106. Again, 312-597-2106. And call in for that. And of course, you be so bold is to ask for the link, the show link, and I'll put it in there in the comment section. You click on and become a program, be part of the program that way as well. Hey, what's up, Lorenzo? Man, Lorenzo celebrating a birthday recently. How you doing, brother? Happy birthday to you as you continue to celebrate your aging festivities. That's cool. Let's see. What do you say, Lorenzo? You have StreamYard, right? And you had YouTube up earlier. Yeah, you're a big head dude. Yeah, I know I'm a big head dude. Shit. But still, it's the fact that I don't want to, it was fine where it is, where it was. So please forgive my big ass dome. Boy, I swear to God, you try to work with these people, with these streaming services, and what they want to do, they want to keep on screwing with you. What's up? Omar said, hello, Chris. Batman, nice shirt you got on today. Also says hello to Barbara Jean and happy Friday to you too. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm still pissed at this damn thing with the head. I can't. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me a while because it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. I don't know. Y'all gotta pray for me because I can't take this, and especially when I'm not a tech person anyway. Especially speaking of tech, shout out to my man Mark Sims. Mark Sims did an interview with me, catching on my Facebook page, and Mark Sims has been around for a while. He used to work on WPON, and he was on local Chicago cable at one point. So yeah, but we're talking about that because now, see, in the interview that you see, I look normal, but see, I was going through his streaming services, not mine. You know, not mine for some reason now, the land of the big ass heads, which I didn't personally ask for. I know I have a big dome. I've known it for years. But no, they want to make it bigger than what it is. So hold on a second. Let me see. So hold on, let me try something. I know it's gonna be stupid. Hold on a second. Okay. But you can't get rid of that. Would this be the normal one? I don't know anymore. I'm gonna have to go back in the lab and see what I can do. This is disgusting. Hold on a second. Let me, cause see, I have to see it during live because that's when I could tell if my big ass dome is up there. So hold on a second. Let me try this again. No, I think no. All right. Okay, I see that. So if I seem perturbed, then you know why. Let's see. LOL, I'm a member of the BHC Big Head Club. Yeah, well, look, I ain't the president. I ain't trying to be a member either. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my God. Ooh, we help. Okay. Let's see what else we got here in the comment section on Free Your Mind. Every night I go to bed, I always pray for you and Barbara Jean in my sleep. Well, thank you, Omar. It's very nice of you to pray. We all need prayer these days, especially in the climate that we're living in. If you don't believe in Jesus or Jesus or Buddha or Allah, or if you believe in a ham sandwich, pray to it with lettuce and tomatoes and mayo. Not Miracle Whip, mayonnaise. That's how you eat a sandwich. You don't put no Miracle Whip on a sandwich. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good spread. Don't get me wrong. See, when I was a kid, I was raised on Miracle Whip. So my mom had us eat Miracle Whip. And then when I got older, I discovered mayonnaise, and I felt cheated. I did, because I was like, this is delicious. And it was Hellman's mayonnaise. That changed the game for me. I put on my burgers. Oh my God. You couldn't tell me anything. So, but no, Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip. That's what we were raised on. And it's good, but no, mayonnaise, yeah, on a burger, especially, yeah, that's lights out. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to one Sick Diggy. How you doing, Sick? Thank you for being here as always. Let's see. Barbara Jean types, thank you so much for that. Prayers are very much needed, very much appreciated, Barbara Jean types. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I prefer Heinz mayo, but everybody has their preference. Right, but it's mayo. That's the thing about it. And I don't want to separate the nation more than what it is. I'm going to separate the people from the mayonnaise and the Miracle Whip people. We got no separation already. Black, white, men, women, the alphabet community all across the street, and everybody's in their own thing. But I don't want to. I bring people together. I do. You know what? I think I do. I bring people together. So if you like Miracle Whip or mayonnaise, you're cool with me. We cool. We're all living under the sun anyway. So let's just get together. Let's come together right now over me. Just that simple. Let's see. Back to the comment section here. I love Hellman's with my, is that supposed to be salami sandwich with wheat bread, Omar? Oh, shit. Okay, I'm kidding around, mind you. When I was a kid, and I still feel the way right to this day, when I was a child, I didn't like bologna and I didn't like salami. Could remind me of human skin. I know I was a weird child, but forgive me, it's too late. So I didn't eat. Um, I always thought that bologna was white people's skin, and then salami was black people's skin, especially with the mole. I thought it was a mole. It was a. I know it was a peppercorn, but I thought it was a mole, and I'm like, no, I'm not eating. No, I'm not a cannibal. I'm not a cannibal. No. Let's see. Good point. Go back to the. What do you say? Sick. Good point. Okay, I lost. So, what point was I making? You know me, man. I'm old. You know, help me out with that. I appreciate it. What's up, Christopher? Good name. Absolutely. That's my man. How you doing, Christopher? Good to see you. Yuck. Now, what's yuck? So you gotta be more. You gotta be more specific than yuck. Like, I don't give a yuck. I mean, yuck can mean anything. So you got to be more specific than yuck. Let's see. Sicko said, I can't believe you just quoted the Beatles. Yes, I did. See, yeah, you're a smart motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I did. Exactly. I always say regarding the mayonnaise. Oh, yeah, the mayonnaise. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong. You like what you like. But going back to what Omar was saying about bologna and salami, you love it. You love it. But man, when I was a kid, I mean, never had salami. My grandparents had salami and bologna. So when I was a kid, I would get the bologna sandwiches or the PB and J. I was a PB and J kid. I loved it. Now, when I get the bologna sandwiches, what was on it? Miracle Whip. And I got two things I hate on this damn sandwich. I got human skin and Miracle Whip. What do you say, Christopher? I hate mayonnaise. There's a few of you out there that hate it. I understand it. I still love you. Ain't a damn thing you do about it. I still love you. I thought that was you. How you doing, Claire? Claire Smith. Hey, boo. How you doing? Good to see you, sweetheart. How are you doing? How's Ken doing? I've known Ken and Claire for a lot of years, and they have become my family over time. And I've known they've had these what they call their summer bashes around every August of every year. Uh, I want to come for the next one. I want to. I've been pushing myself. So hold my feet to the fire as well as I will myself. But I want to come to your next one if that's okay. For next summer, I really want to. I've been missing it really a lot these times, these past few years. Sick. I remember when Michael Jackson covered the Beatles "Come Together" back in '88. Oh yeah, good stuff. They really, and this is when I had newfound respect for Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson connects with one of the most famous Beatles in Paul McCartney. Does say, the girl is mine, gets all close because they got to work together, and they did, get a couple of hits. Then years later, the Beatles catalog is up for sale. So the remaining Beatles at the time was Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. So then they had some financial backers to buy their catalog. And they had an auction for it. Who wins the whole auction? With $25 million outright, Michael goddamn Jackson. Michael, you can go Google it. I saw it in real time. Michael Jackson. You know, because dude was straight gangster. I'm sorry, that's a gangster move. You get You work with Paul McCartney, you get all the Beatle intel that you need business wise, and then you wait and sit on the information all those years, and then at the auction, 25 million. I got it. Sold to Michael Jackson. I know Paul McCartney was cussing his black ass out. He had to. He felt used like a $2 whore. Not hoe. Whore. Used completely. And you tell me that ain't gangster? Man, sit your ass down somewhere. Because that you can't get more gangster than that. I never made fun of his jackets. I never made fun of anybody else at Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, my man, 50 grand. I said, that's how you do it. That was a gangster ass move. Let's see. Let's see. Go back to the comment section real quick. So let's see. I never thought Miracle Whip and mayonnaise to be such a popular topic. You never know. Let's see. So let me keep going here. So let's see. Sick. I remember Michael Jackson covered right. Correct. Got that already. And then the other one was, I like mayonnaise. I also like sriracha. Yeah, sriracha sauce and sriracha mayo. Hot sauce. Okay, I've seen those as well. Yes. So Claritas, my mother-in-law always had me make. Was it? I made decided devil eggs for her with Miracle Whip, and I'd make ours with helmets. Okay, good deal. Oh, oops, deviled eggs. Right, got it. Deviled eggs. Thanks, Claire. I love both Say, and The Girl Is Mine as a Kid. Good tracks. Thank you so much, Sick. Hey, how you doing, Dee Dee? Do you know that some people eat bologna and peanut butter sandwiches? I'm not one of them, but those people are not. Those people are out there. LOL. No, I've never heard of that before in my entire life. So bologna and peanut butter sandwiches. You put human skin and peanut butter together. But it's better with the human skin. Why gotta add peanut butter to it? And don't let it be like the peanut butter crunchy kind. Is this smooth or the crunchy kind? We tell Claire or Houston, we have a problem with that. LOL. Absolutely. And hi, DD. Thank you for being a part of the program as well. Yes. Sig Michael was no punk. He had a head for business, 6 types. Absolutely. He sure did. Like most of y'all, I've seen the trailer for the biopic. It looks good. It looks good. It's been years in the making. It looks good. Michael's been betrayed by Jafar Jackson. That's Jermaine's son, Michael's nephew. Now, see, this is where it gets silly. I don't understand people. You want Jafar Jackson to look just like Michael Jackson. I can't make this shit up. I'm telling because you know how people are when you see the trailer, then you have people's comments in the comment section. Oh my God. Christ on the cross. He don't look like him. He don't sound like him. He's not supposed to. He's supposed to give the best portrayal of his uncle that he can do. And he has the DNA of a Jackson, obviously. And he could go to his dad and go to his uncles for references about his uncle. So you couldn't have asked for a better person. Not saying, for example, they got an actor that was not related to the Jackson family, that person had access and not have access. No, we're talking about someone who is the man's nephew, meaning Michael Jackson. So I yeah. From what I've seen of the trailer, it looks great. Well, when my son was little, he had a babysitter that gave him these sandwiches and he liked it. Smooth peanut butter. Is it too late to sue the babysitter? That's cruel and unusual punishment. That's sick. If I found out that my babysitter was giving my daughters peanut butter and bologna sandwiches, no, dog. With cheese too? Now, see, I draw the line at cheese. What kind of people? That's disgusting. Remember back in the day, they had a commercial with Life cereal. Give it to Mikey. He'll eat anything. Here, Mikey, eat this piece of shit, and see if you like it. That's cruel. He's almost 40, so probably past the statute of limitations. LOL. I feel sorry for you, Diddy. That could have been a good lawsuit. I would have loved just to be in the courtroom. All right, Miss Flabbergaster, did you give that young man when he was a boy peanut butter and bologna sandwiches? Did you? Answer the goddamn question. I would just love just to hear that. Just the fact you had peanut butter and not peanut butter and jelly. I'm sorry, peanut butter and bologna, peanut butter and bologna sandwiches in a court record. That alone is worth it. That's worth it. Didi had the LOL on there. But what if the sad thing is that what if your son still ate right this day peanut butter and bologna sandwiches? Then there's no lawsuit. You're damn right it's you. We said I play too much. I'm serious. That alone, and I don't go out for court. I watch court on television or court TV, some shit like that. I would get dressed and go to whatever courtroom in this state, and just to hear it being put into the Illinois, court documents of peanut butter and bologna sandwiches. And again, the lawyer who's trying to try the case. On the night of October 12, 1977, you, Miss Hightower, gave this child, when he was a child back then, peanut butter and bologna sandwiches. Is that correct? I did. Answer the question, goddammit. Did you or did you not? Says here it was Skippy peanut butter and Oscar Mayer bologna. Answer the goddamn question. I mean, just that alone is worth the trip, and I'm sorry. It's funny to me. Hilarious. That's right, Lord. That's how you spell Lord. Lawd. Oh, good Lord. My time today, tomorrow, and next week. That sounds like a good gospel song when you think about it. Because some people, when they get tired, I don't know about you, but I know some people that will get exhausted. They'll say, oh, Lord, my God, today. And they'll leave it at that. You should go one step further. God is not exist on one day. I mean, I know, oh, Lord, my God, today. But if you go, my God, today, tomorrow, next week, then you extend the whole, prices, the whole thing about God's worth. Not just one day. We're going to have a new song here in the church. Before I do this very awful pastor imitation, I know it's a pastor thing. So if you go to certain churches and the pastor and the choir is singing, the choir has the song and then they repeat the song about 4 or 5 times, but they tell you the name of the song before it starts. Depending on put it like this, they have a program at the church. So you know what song they're going to sing. And then they sing the song, and then they would sing the songs about 3, sometimes 4 minutes. If they catch the spirit, 25 minutes. If they catch the Holy Ghost, you're gonna be there for a minute. It's gonna be a little bit. So, got the name of the song, you know the name of it, and as soon as it's over with, everybody's calmed down. Everybody knows a good fever pitch, and everybody's bringing it down 5,000. What I think of his goodness and what he's done for me. Y'all don't hear me. Blue Light Special. What I think of his goodness and what he's done for me, Lord. Not you, Lord, me, Lord. LAWD. I don't. Why do they do that? I know. I know it's a church. I get it, but still. Here comes the bamboo choir coming forward to sing what I think of his goodness and what he's done for me. Choir, take it away. And choir goes, you know how they get. My hands hurt already. I didn't even do shit. I mean, they just start going because they're in the spirit. And once again, in the spirit, I told you, you're going to age about 2 years. If you didn't have like gray up here, by the time you get finished with the spirit, yeah, you remember the 10 Commandments. When Moses came back from seeing God from the mountaintop. You'll be doing that a little bit. You'll have like some gray up here by the time the spirit's over with. Nothing wrong with that, mind you. So, yeah, but yeah, I guess it's interesting how obviously people have the eating habits, stuff like that. I know it's free your mind, so you know how we go. We're all over the board. I remember one time I went to a church that a friend invited me to, and this was the 80s. And I had on a nice 3-piece light blue Pierre Cardin suit. I was about 12. You couldn't tell me a damn thing. I was sharp, man. So we were sitting in the front pews, and this one lady got the spirit. So she was, if I remember right, she was being saved. And she was got the spirit, and she was flinging her head all around, and she was speaking in tongues. Mama say, Mama sama makusa. Mama say, Mama sama makusa. She was singing, whatever in tongues. Now, mind you, we're sitting in front. Let's see, right side, and she starts running up and down the front of the church. Out of all the people she stopped and grabbed my knees and started swinging her head around like this. She got jelly curl juice all over my suit. I was fit to be tied. But he can't do anything, and not tied. Like, I ain't gonna pay no money out after all this. Don't ask me for no money. I mean, tied like TIED. So they come over, the nursing board comes over. Oh, that's all right, child. She's in the spirit. What spirit gonna pay for this suit? Oh. Yeah, it was sick until she got the Holy Ghost juice on it. Yes, a moment of silence for the Pierre Cardin suit. Thank you, DD. Shit. That's a damn good suit. And to be 12, and I'm 12, and I'm fly. Oh, it was a very rare occasion where I was feeling myself. Not like that, but you know what I mean. Oh, no, not the Jerry Curl activator. Yes, Jerry Curl activator, sick, yes. Jericho activation. Which is why, not me, but I never use it. This is why a lot of brothers been bald headed, because they had that juice and shit in their hair. And they went bald quick, not because of male pattern baldness or shit like that there. They just went bald because of that damn Jerry curl stuff. They said, damn it, babe, you got the soul glow in church. Soul glow. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was sad, Doc. It was the damnedest of shame. It really was. Can't make this stuff up. You gotta believe me, we got nothing here. Oh, vey. So going back to the whole thing with sandwiches. So let's see. A good cold cut sandwich for me these days will be turkey, lettuce, tomatoes, black pepper, mayonnaise, and I go for that, and some unsalted chips. If I was to do like the whole deli thing, I would do something like that. Now, what would be a good deli sandwich for you? Now, Omar just started the conversation. He mentioned about having salami. When I was eating bacon a lot, I would have turkey and bacon on my sandwich with everything up with the wheat bread and everything else. I had to stop with the bacon because of health reasons, but all used to love that, man. Yeah, I was like, so you put bacon on anything, it's gonna be delicious. You know, you put bacon on me, I might taste good. You know, but yeah, you got to cut back and stuff like that. But yeah, a good turkey sandwich for me would be a good deli sandwich, and again, some unsalted chips, and I'm good to go. So yeah, what would you have out there? Yep, Soul Glow. Yeah, Dee Dee, exactly. The Soul Glow. But yeah, my soup was ruined. I think my parents took it to the cleaners, and it still had the stains on and stuff like that. They tried their best. We tried our best, but we couldn't get it out. I'm like, oh, thank you. Great. I stopped wearing the suit. 12-year-old me, 12-year-old Negro me with hair. And I had the 3-piece suit I would wear at church. You couldn't tell me nothing, man. Even my pastor complimented my suit. That's high praise when your pastor said, that's a good looking suit, Chris. I mean, because, I'm on a first name basis. No, hey. So I was doing pretty good until. Yes, see, it's sadness. Sadness. Yeah. So let's see. So Omar typed, my favorite sandwich is corned beef, and onions and tomatoes and mayo and mustard and wheat bread. That's a good sandwich. That's a good sandwich. All right, good for you, Doc. So what would be a good cold cut sandwich or sandwich for you out there? It would remind me of Bruh Man from the fifth floor on Martin. I had this dream, right? And I went up to this apartment, and the refrigerator door was glass, and it didn't have a handle on it. Inside the refrigerator were all these wonderful sandwiches. Hey, I love that brother. I mean, he was fantastic for Martin. But that was his thing, eating sandwiches. So every third or fourth Saturday, my dad and I would go shopping. For a while, we go to the Jewel over there. What was it? We used to go to the one on like 92nd and South Chicago, and it opened up at 8 o'clock Saturday morning. We'll go there, and my dad, who was big in stature, nobody fucked with him. So if he was hungry, and he was, it was two stories. So let me tell you this story, then we'll get back to dad being about being hungry. So you know how they would pass out the sausages on paper plates with the toothpicks in them, and you pick one and taste it because they're trying to advertise a breakfast sausage. So this particular day, the blue toothpicks were mild, and the red representing hot. So there were two separate plates. My dad took both plates. He gave me the mild plate. He kept the hot plate. And Lane was like, "Sir, hey. See this boy right here? He's a growing boy." And that was it. It didn't make any sense, but who's going to challenge him? And we walked away with with the breakfast sandwiches on these toothpicks. There's about 10, 15 a piece on the plate. So then going back to my dad, if he was hungry, Hungry Hippo, he would grab the Wonder Bread. We didn't eat wheat at the time. Wonder Bread and Bologna, and then he would just open up and make his own sandwich and eat throughout the whole time we were shopping, and then of course pay for it. I remember one time this lady kept staring at him, and he was like, "What you staring at?" You opened up your bologna and made a sandwich. I'm paying for it. Fuck you. And then I was into that. Well, really was nobody's business. Let's see. Back to the comment section about sandwiches. Hey, how you doing, Diane? Says corned beef, tomato, lettuce, and honey Dijon mustard on wheat. See, Diane's always been fancy anyway. Yeah, and not just regular mustard, not like, just yellow mustard. Had to be something different. So the Dijon. I know a Negro named Dijon. I'm gonna go around talking about mustard or something like that, but mustard. Oh man, thank you for sharing, Diane. Of course, Diane is the resident pickleball champion of Baseline. So, my ideal deli sandwich would have to be turkey, vegan cheese, lettuce, pickles, mayonnaise, mustard, and ketchup. Okay, that's different. On some type of gluten-free bread. Otherwise, it would be a tuna salad sandwich. Okay, so I can't do tuna. God bless your ministry to everybody do tuna. All right, Dee. So, corned beef, ham, and honey ham with lettuce, tomato, provolone, Swiss, mayo, and Miracle Whip. Okay, you're doing both. Olive oil, Italian seasoning, red onion, and on a French bread roll. Okay, very descriptive. Lots of flavor. Very nice. Thank you for sharing. Sick, I would love to have met Papa Bass. He sounds like a interesting man. Yeah, but my dad was, how can I put it? He was a motherfucker. And I mean that in the most glowing way possible. well, first of all, I know he could kick out of it because that was his favorite cuss word, which eventually became mine, like father, like son. So, but he was also real. He could put you down in 2 seconds. For example, if he met someone like you, and I'm just saying it because I've known you throughout doing this program, he said you talk too motherfucking much and shut the fuck up. Now that's what he would say to you. Now, mind you, it's funny to me because he said it to me all my life. But he would go there, and if he really liked you, he would fix dinner for you. I realized that over time. I realized that over the years because he had a really gruff and I don't fuck with type of a mentality. I'm cussing a lot today, am I? Yeah, it's a cuss Friday, so go on and cuss it. Fuck it. So then, but if he really liked you, he would definitely fix you something to eat. So there you go. But yeah, he was an interesting character. He was all right. Was it, and rightfully so. He would say that sick thing. Yeah, he would tell you that. He had no problem telling you that. Yeah, you know that old commercial. I think it was for Dos Equis, something like that. And they were advertising the most interesting man in the world. That would be my dad. He was one of the most interesting men I ever met. So there you go with that. Or something else. Let's see. Let me check this real quick. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me check something out. Okay. Give me 1 second here. I can't, walk and chew gum at the same time. Let's see. Okay. Try that. Okay. Let me try one more thing here. Okay. All right. Right, Dos Equis beer commercials. Right, saying I thought it was Dos Equis. That's right. Those creative commercials. Right, the most interesting man in the world. Absolutely. Let's see. So let me do this real quick. Hold on. Damn it, can't even type. Hold on. Okay, there you go. But yeah, it's funny when you step outside of your family, and obviously they're your mothers or fathers or uncles and aunts, and then you realize about what legacy they have just as people of their background, the profession, how they are with other people, how they're embraced. So, mhm. Hold on a second. Okay. Hold on, give me one second. Let me try something real quick. I'll be right back. Hang on, I gotta take care of this real quick. That's not it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let me. Okay. Hold on. I'm doing something real quick, tech wise. So please give me a couple of seconds. Hate for the show to slow down and go to. Okay. Hold on a second. Maybe get something else. Okay. Okay. So we're on some tech stuff. I'll try and bring. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Let me bring him in. So. Yeah, I said before the show how much I hate tech. I said it. So we seem to be have it up and running here. So my correspondent, he served in the military as a New Jersey elected official. Please welcome back to Baseline, George L. Cook III. How you doing, George? Good to
How
see
you
you.
doing, Chris? Welcome back. Long time no see.
Yeah, thank you, man. I was under the weather for a little bit, so it's good to be back. Good to see you, brother. How you doing?
Doing all right, much better. Injuries healing up.
Good, good.
Favorite time of year when it starts to get cold, you can dress nice.
well, especially when you get cold, you start to feel all those aches and pains. You get older.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
it's like how the old folks say, my bunions turning about the snow or something like that.
and
Whatever.
then, well, depending which body part hurt, you know what weather's about to come, rain, snow, whatever.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So yes. so, oh my God, good to see you, brother. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up? It's been a while, but I'm sure you've been discussing what's the foolishness going on with the SNAP benefits, how Democrats did all that to cave, and it makes you wonder what was all that pain and suffering for. I'm very upset about that, but also, we have what's going on with the Epstein emails, not the Epstein files, the Epstein emails, which has everybody in the tease. I guess wish we paid as much attention to SNAP, homelessness, Section 8, healthcare, all that other stuff as much as they're paying attention to the Epstein files right now. got a lot of stuff going on in the news that people are not paying attention to. I mean, I'm sure you have heard about the Roland Martin Charlemagne beef, which kind of I did a video on that. Kind of disappointed me because I hate to see.
Hmm.
I really don't care for Charlemagne, but in his own right, he does what he does well. And of
Right.
course,
He does.
Roland Martin's an icon. So I hate
Right.
to see them fighting. I'd rather see them come together. Even though Roland Martin had a point, you don't know what
Could
you're
you
talking about.
could you enlighten my audience about the Charlemagne Roland Martin situation, please?
But yeah, Charlemagne on the Breakfast Club was talking about the snap, the government shutdown, and how it was all Democrats' fault. Completely wrong information, no matter which side of it you're on. Roland Martin simply commented, "Bro, you're giving out wrong information." He didn't insult him; he just checked him, like you're giving
Yeah.
out wrong information, and reminded him like the power he has behind that microphone. You have to be careful what you say and
Hmm.
be careful the information you give out, especially to his audience who's not that involved politically, and they may take whatever he says at face value.
Right.
Charlemagne, of course, got upset, made personal comments, you know, um, talked about his hairline, talked about his weight, things like that. And Roland
Right.
Martin again fired back respectfully. And again, I don't like to see it because I do think there's a way where they could work together when Charlemagne's getting ready to talk politics. He picks up the phone, calls Roland Martin or anybody else to make sure
Yeah.
he's giving factual information. We don't want.
Right.
I mean, your his listeners, your fans, they pay attention to what you say. So you do have say a duty to make sure you as best as you can to put out correct information. And then if somebody checks you and says that it wasn't correct, you have a duty to go back and say, "Hey, I was wrong on this."
Hmm.
Whatever. And so it's sad that it became it's a beef that took a life of its own. And this better not be a fake beef where they both trying to get ratings. I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah. See that? You read my mind, George. I was like, I hope it's not because everybody do anything for content. You know that, and I
Yeah.
think that if you start doing patty cake or okay, it's your turn now, it's my turn now, and we'll go in and see how many numbers we can get, so how many likes and hearts and followers and more followers. I hope it's not a fake beef. But see, the Breakfast Club, I think, out of themselves when they had that phony beef between Just Hilarious and I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
familiar, that when the lady was coming in, the new lady was coming in.
Yeah, they went out, wound up and made a video together with the beat for the boy is mine and all that stuff. Yeah,
Right, right. See, that was stupid, man. Ain't
that
nobody got time for that type of stuff.
yeah,
But
that's it. Yeah,
but
but you
that's the
can't.
universe. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. You can't dismiss the idea that this could be, like you said, a fake beef to boost everybody up. Then they come together, kumbaya. Everybody looks good. Everybody got the likes, the ratings.
Right.
Podcast moved up, whatever. But I hope that's not true. I mean, because Roland Martin did sing actually about what had happened, about the false information going out there. And
Hmm.
it's not because he's hated, because Roland Martin's a journalist, so he takes
Yes,
this
he
stuff
is.
seriously.
Right. God, I hope not, man. Real quick, Sick got ahead of me on this one. Good stuff. Six of the Happy Veterans Day to you, George.
Thank you, appreciate that, Sick. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. So same here, Doc. When did you serve?
91 to 94.
Well, I was saying before, like you served in the military and everything else. So, um, and that type of experience again. Let me just ask you this as a veteran, when you look at other veterans going through pain and going through what their medical records are, that you shouldn't even think that, especially somebody who served this country, went overseas, and or even if they didn't just serve the country to make our freedoms for what it is. What goes through your mind? I'm sure you talk to your fellow veterans in situations because it seems to me that it shouldn't even be in the first place for veterans to come back home not being taken care of.
It pisses me off. It pisses every veteran off. Because I think no matter what you think about joining the military, no matter what you think about the service, everybody that joins does something most Americans won't do. They're willing to make a sacrifice most people are not willing to make to protect this country, whether it loves them back or not. So
Mhm.
when they come back injured, or even if they get problems while they stateside, you would think all these politicians who want to use them as props will rush to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
It's sad when a country can't take care of the broken bodies of the soldiers it sends abroad. Very sad. When these men come back, they're not asking for a lot. I mean, you were told if you get hurt, you'll be taken care of. I mean,
Right.
with the DEI, many veterans lost their jobs. Many veterans are homeless.
Mhm.
And in DC, all he did was ship them someplace else. They didn't help them. They just didn't want to see them. So in a country like in the richest country in the world, no veterans should be homeless,
Right.
should be starving, should be suffering PTSD alone.
Right.
Not after you had 20 years of war. Those should be the last people that suffer, and their families also. A lot of veterans' families are, well, people that's in the military now. A lot of their families are on SNAP benefits. A lot of people don't know that.
Hmm.
They don't make enough in the military to support their families, and then you wonder why you have declining enrollment, except for a bunch of doofuses who want to go play war who have no idea. And you know that the milk people. Let's be honest, that's what they want in the service now.
Right.
They're doing everything they can to drum out people of color with the shaving profiles, trying to change physical standards for women. They're trying to make it a white male army again. But I'm going off on a tangent. But
No,
I
you
do
good.
believe I do believe this country does not take care of its veterans the way they should. And then on Veterans Day they want to act like every veteran is the greatest thing in the world, but the other 364 days of the year you're giving them the middle finger.
See that's beyond hurtful, and it shouldn't be in the first place. Back to the comment section real quick. Good evening, good evening, Chris, and and Base Nation, and Mr. Cook.
Hey, good evening, sir. How you doing?
That's a woman.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Yeah,
excuse me. I
yeah,
can't.
that's right. Be careful because she'll come to this stream and kick your ass.
I don't need any more of that.
All right, exactly. So one of the other topic I've seen you online, of course, do your thing. So one of the other things you want to bring to the table right now that's been on your mind.
Also, today I did a story about the National Museum of African American History and Culture, the most popular, most visited museum in Washington D.C. is also going to be the first museum to open back up after the shutdown starting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the area, go check out the museum. It's a great place. If you've been there, it's going to take at least 2, probably 3 days to really see it all. So
Mm-hmm.
you're going to wind up going back more than once. Oh, the only bad thing about it reopen is that the cafe where they got all the that great soul food is going to have a limited menu, so you might not get everything to enjoy it as you normally would. And also, of course, I did a story about Stephen A. Smith's dumbass with his little tirade he had against Democrats releasing in his words, the Epstein files went on a whole rant saying that, oh, they had it back when Biden was there. Why didn't they release it then? And the reason they
Mm-hmm.
didn't release it then is because what you saw yesterday was not the Epstein files. It was the Epstein emails House Oversight Committee got from Epstein's estate.
Correct.
That's why Stephen A. Smith they didn't bring it out before.
Yeah.
And you went on your radio show and made a complete ass of yourself and was loud and wrong. Completely wrong. You got produced. Either your producers don't like you or you don't listen to them. A Google search would have caught that right away. If you paid attention to news reports, you would have caught that.
But does Screaming A. Smith really care at this stage in the game about giving out misinformation?
I don't think he cares because he always tries to preface it by saying, I don't know, but I was told, or I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He always tries to preface it some way so he has an out. My
Right.
problem is, they don't be so loud. I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
you listen, he prefaces it, but then he goes in hard on whatever the topic is.
Correct.
If you're not sure, you probably shouldn't talk about it, or at
Yeah.
least keep it where there can be doubt. No, he goes hard at whoever he's going after. Then says, "I don't know, but I've been told," or something
Yeah.
like that.
No, you're right, and he hides behind that, and that's been his mo for years. I remember listening to former ESPN anchor Dan Patrick. So Dan Patrick was saying that it's not his way. Meaning, it's not Dan Patrick's way when you keep quoting these sources for your information, and it just seems like you're just coming off disingenuous to say that you always lean back. Well, somebody told me, but
Yeah,
that's hearsay. Last I checked. So I mean, anybody could pull something out of their ass and tell you something. You take it for face value. You're supposed to be a journalist. He came from journalists. I mean, he was a writer, beat writer for working in Philadelphia, especially the time when Allen Iverson
yeah,
played for
you
the
got this.
Sixers. Like that. So you would think he would have more integrity, but I think it's probably sold his soul a long time ago.
So yeah, when he got the 100 million, he let everybody know I'm for sale. And you've noticed
Yeah.
he only goes after black people with the fire.
Oh yes, of course.
When it's somebody white, it's a more nuanced conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the pictures of Jerry Jones came out when he was out there on college campus while he was on a football team yelling at black people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he went to defend Jerry Jones. But let a football
Yeah.
player make a stupid play or something like that, or do something stupid in life, and he's all over them. There's no sympathy there. There's no empathy there for that black player, basketball, whatever. He goes right at him hard.
He does. You got that right.
Until he meets them face to face.
Yeah, right, exactly. Because he's all bark.
He's
All
all
bark.
and he going and like I said, he can say whatever he want about when LeBron got in his face.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had the contract coming. I didn't want to get in trouble. You wasn't gonna do nothing if you didn't have the contract coming.
Please.
You're not man enough to take an ass whipping.
No.
He's not even man enough to do that because it takes some heart to stand there knowing you don't get your ass whipped. He
Right.
looked like he with his hands out to his side like he's trying to. You can't explain to somebody that's pissed to you,
No, you
pissed
can't.
at you.
They're already in the zone. They're already in the zone.
Exactly.
You can't talk to them. Back to
It's
the
like,
comment section real quick. How you doing, Jed? Let's see. At one point, Cash and what was that? Pam has has seen everything awful quiet. Well, they have been awful quiet, and even going back to Trump. Remember, Trump was quiet for a little bit on
yeah.
True Social. He just recently had come out. He was quiet, and then what showed everything to me, George, he did not talk to the press. He bypassed the press recently and didn't say not one goddamn word.
Hey, I call that the Allen Iverson rule. Remember when Allen Iverson got in trouble when he was playing ball? And his lawyer
Yeah.
told him, "Shut the fuck up."
Right.
That's what the lawyer told him. Shut the fuck up. He like, yeah, anything you say can and will be used against you. Shut the
That's
fuck
right.
up.
That's right.
That's what happened then. Because
That's
if you
right.
saw this and you remember they're both Pam Bundy, Cash Patel,
Yeah.
are law enforcement now. So
Mhm.
if they saw this, they had a duty to do something. I mean, like, did you see the nonsense with Megan Kelly? Did you see what she put up either
Well, that's
yesterday?
yeah.
But
Right.
she was saying, yeah, it's bad to do something to a 5-year-old or 8-year-old, but a 15-year-old is different. And I'm like, what?
You're gonna
Like,
sign off on some dumb shit like that. You're gonna sign off on the fact that a 15-year-old is cool, and she said it's on her Sirius XM program, and I caught some of
yeah.
it. Had the nerve to say that I'm not saying it's right, but you're saying it anyway, and it sounds like she's co-signing on someone who's a pedophile. Just that simple.
Anything to keep the boy out of trouble. But I don't care. We all grew up. We all used to see them old men sitting outside of high school in these nice
Yeah,
cars, and we used to call them Chester child molester. It didn't make a
that's
difference
right.
if the girl was 5 or 15.
Didn't
What you was
matter.
doing was, and even if they were 15, what is the reason you're not allowed to drive, drink, or make any important decision in life at 15? Because you don't know any better. And to most boys in the black community, you still consider a child. Maybe they don't consider 15-year-olds a child. I don't know, but to me, no matter if it's 8 or 15, it's horrendous that these men did this and are going to get away with it if they have their way.
It is beyond sad. Giorgio Cook III joins us uh, every second and fourth Friday. It's so good to see you, brother. When can we see you next time? Well, not only see you next time, where can people find you at in between time?
You can find me at Facebook, George Cook at African American Reports. You can find me still on X, same thing, George Cook at African American Reports. Fan base, TikTok, Instagram, even Blue Sky. All of them, George Cook at African American Reports.
Thank you so much, brother. Looking forward to talk to you next time. You take care.
All right, you take care too.
All right. Thanks, brother. George L. Cook III, and like I said before, joins us every second and fourth Friday right here on Baseline. This man, I had no idea he was still with us, but thank God he is. It's so good to have him back. He is the executive director of crisis intervention / victim advocate at Solutions and Resources. He has committed his life to provide immediate comfort, aid, assist families, individuals, and communities in the wake of violence and or traumatic events. The man who will never let Chicago down. Please welcome back to Baseline. It is so happy to see him here, Pastor Donovan Price. Pastor, man, first of all, good to see you, brother. How you feeling? You got on mute.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's
there you go.
it. I've been on mute since June.
Since June, I've been on mute since June. Hey, that's a good sweatshirt. Yeah, I've been on mute since June, right?
right.
Good to see you, brother. How you feeling?
I'm pretty good. It's been today is a good day to come back because if you wonder where I've been, what the road has been like for me.
Yes.
The past little while, I woke up today. I was in the bed sleeping for a change. It was great. The butterflies and unicorns.
Oh, there you go.
The doorbell rings. What's my doorbell ringing at 6:30 in the morning? A lady did the thing. She said, "I think a bus just ran over your car."
No, don't say that. Don't say that, Doc.
I get dressed. I go out there. I'm thinking, just bust and bump my car. I gotta take it in.
Right.
I go. My car got mollywopped by this bus. This bus ran over my car. The whole front end is gone.
Oh, come on,
The
man.
car, just sitting still. That's like getting fired on your day off.
Yeah.
The whole front end of my car is obliterated. And I looked at. I mean, it's going to be totaled when they get it because
Right.
the frame is. I mean, it's a whole bus. It's a whole school bus.
Jeez.
Yeah. Up this morning. That's.
Well, I'm glad. Well, was there anybody hurt?
Nobody was hurt. There was only one kid on the school bus.
Okay.
The bus company looks like it has janky insurance. I couldn't get in touch with anybody, but it's a big bus company.
Mm-hmm.
So they gonna have to come correct at some point, or or they think it's bad outside of in Broadview. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be worse outside of that bus thing because it's gonna be a war going on.
Damn, that's jacked up, Doc. Man, that's Jesus.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's hey, God is still in the blessing business.
Absolutely. A couple of people want to welcome you back here. So 6 says, welcome back, Pastor Price. Good to see you again.
See you. God bless. Yes, sir.
And Omar types, welcome back, Pastor Price. I've been thinking about you. He's been asking about you for a while now.
Amen. Well, good. I'm glad somebody was checking the obituaries.
That's obituary.
I'm here in 1 or 2 pieces, and that's that.
Well, we'll take what we can get. 6 says, damn, going back to the your car being jacked up, man. That is oh, I can't even put my mind around that. Somebody talking about you.
I'm gonna text you the pictures.
Okay.
It's quite a little thing there going on.
A whole thing
to wake up to. Yeah.
Well, like you said before, God's still in the blessing business. Thank God you are not in the automobile in the first place.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Oh, man. So it was good to see you, Pastor. The floor is yours. Go right ahead.
Oh, goodness. I forgot protocol.
Okay, that's okay. It's been a minute. I'll give you a free pass. It's been a minute. Yeah.
Let me look up my.
Take your time.
While you take a look at those pictures, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go.
Man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, she got it.
Yeah, that's Doc.
Yeah. Me, but good.
Yeah, right. Help.
Yeah. Anyway, in the city of Chicago, shot and killed in November. It's November 14th. Shot and killed 10. Shot and wounded 54. For a total shot in November of 64 with 12 homicides. This week, shot and killed 2. I believe this would be that father and son in a little village who owned the store. Shot and wounded 16 for a total shot of 18 with 3 homicides this week, which brings the year total so far to 328 with shot and wounded 1,435, total wounded 1,763 with 390 homicides. That's that.
When you're out and you're doing your ministry, do you ever run into people who are not traumatized but would ask you, could you help them with another matter or needing a prayer or outside of the trauma?
More than you can imagine. I mean, I'm hit constantly. And then, I still do stuff with the families. I'm still open to any family I've ever worked with.
Yes.
Well, that's 10 years now.
Oh, man.
So, in a time now when, I find folks are, texting me asking for $20 for something to eat or something like that. That's common, especially this past week. with the SNAP benefit thing
Right.
being and then people are asking me for prayer, people telling me about their situation or their case, if they're trying to get justice for somebody who passed away or whatever the case may be. I'm constantly bombarded 24/7 with requests on every level, and then there's people that I help just because I see they need help. I mean, and I have friends and family I have a dear friend now who has cancer, and I've taken him to every appointment for about a year or so, and now he's finally they finally had to resort to a surgery and removed a portion of him, and so we're praying for him. He's in bad shape, and so it's just constantly, brother. I'm the pastor of a city at the very least.
Let's see. Jed Tice, thanks, Pastor. Good seeing you on screen.
Yes, sir. Good seeing you.
And the reason why I ask is because, again, as you come on to these segments with us and giving us real time numbers and your activity being involved when these events happen on the street, and we see, of course, the horror of it on television, and we see the segments of you and the families and things of that nature. And again, it just would make sense that your ministry is not just that. It's open up, of course, to every other help that people need, and it's a very obviously selfless position to have, because you don't make it about yourself. Obviously, you make it about the people that you touch, the people that you're involved with, wanting to help. You mentioned about the whole SNAP benefit. Have you had a lot of influx of people who need money for food?
Yeah, not massive, but those who have my number, of course.
Right.
Definitely. And it was a grave situation. It's a messed up situation.
Yes.
I hope that those who didn't have it for a second and get it back now, they appreciate it, and they know maybe learn something, because it's important to learn and grow from everything. And
right.
It's terrible to be without. Maybe some empathy. Folks will have a little more empathy toward each other. Being all in the same situation. But yeah, it is a thing.
I want to give you your props, obviously. So for those you may not have seen, maybe had, depending on if you watch CNN, Pastor's been on there with a couple of times. How many times you been on there now? I mean, you sent me 2 segments.
CNN, CNN International, twice.
Twice, yeah.
Twice, yeah.
And so, again, just sharing it with the audience, the fact that what you do is not obviously being not ignored. And when you get that type of exposure, does it help your cause? Do you get some phone calls or some finance from the people who've seen you on CNN or CNN International? That help out a lot, or it's just there?
No.
It's just there.
It's just there. It's just there.
So, I mean, man,
it helps to a certain degree. Depends on who saw it.
Right.
And CNN International is the bigger of the two. CNN that we watch is actually smaller. It's just the United States
right
thing, where CNN International is 6 times as big as CNN.
Yeah.
And so there's people around the country, and it's translated, etc. It's around the world rather, and it's I translate and all. But no, I haven't really had anything jump off as a result of that.
Well, I know we haven't talked in a while now. You still working by yourself, or did anybody try to come and help you as an assistant or things like that? I remember you had one assistant before, but she didn't last too long.
We're working. I'm working by myself, but I am working on with some people on a restructuring the paperwork for the company to approach large donors.
Got it.
Large, foundations and such. And so that's been a great experience in connecting with some next level folks, so that we can widen this and train people and train organizations, and have a a real nice place called the Healing Center, so
Yes.
people can come to, etc. And so it's in a good place right now, but we're still working.
Absolutely. And like I said before, that I was concerned about you because you and I communicate when we text, and that's how we go back and forth. And you have been MIA for a little bit. I know
Yeah.
a couple of my friends had reached out to me because I might miss you on the news, and someone would reach out to me and videotape it. Oh man, I saw a pastor. Here you go. And so, just like,
There you go. There you go.
There
You
you
was looking
go.
for him. There you go.
Right, there you go. We found him.
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So man, like I said before, I love and appreciate what you do, and just let everybody know. I know some of you may be new to this, that I met Pastor a while back, and this is when he was before a pastor at the time. He was somebody else. I put it like that, and he was on a whole different trajectory of his career. And then I saw him on the news. I'm like, wait, that's the same brother I met at Urban Broadcast Media. And then I reached out to him and I said that I'd like to give you a platform to elongate what you do, because once again, 15 seconds, 15 seconds, and 20 seconds, 20 seconds, it's the soundbite we got that established on news. But I figured what you do needed more than 20 seconds. So again, it was like, it just can't, I know it's a clip and it is what it is, but just the fact that you take the time to, when you can, to be here and to let everybody know. And people do appreciate it, because over time, people who like Jeb is out in San Francisco, in the Bay Area. So he knows of you and other people as well, and it grows. And so hopefully word of mouth, and the fact that I remember the years, you get some national exposure, you get some articles written about you, what you do. Somebody's going to watch it and somebody's going to read it, where there has to be a break somewhere where you're able to really get the people that you need to work with you, that are committed, they're on board. They're not just there just to be, screwing around. They're there for the cause. So that's what I really hope for you in the long run, Donovan, to really make this thing work, and so you won't be alone doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, it's coming in, according to God's plan, and I'm capable, and I'm still out there. Crime is down. Let me say this again to all the believers in Chicago. Crime is down. Just because Pookie down the street from you got shot 2 days ago does not mean that crime is not down. He might have been the only one this week. You don't know.
Right.
He had no business out there in the first place. Anyway.
That's right.
It is down, which gives, like me a chance to get around and do a little more business, put my mind on that level of business and such.
Yeah.
And which is much needed. But it's still, Chicago still has this, problems. We have, what's going on with ICE and that situation, and many pastors and such are working diligently in that area 24 hours a day. But, Chicago still has its issues and such. And so I'm doing what God gave me.
And you're working well with it. That's the great thing about it. When you look at taking what you have and making the best with it, and you make the best with it, and people do love and appreciate. Pastor Donovan Price, welcome back. You have been missed. Once again, you know where to find you at. So I know where to find you at, but tell other people where they can find you at.
They can find me not in the jewels. It's too dangerous nowadays, but
that's right.
Generally that's where you can find me. Well, as long as the McRib is back, you can find me at McDonald's.
Okay.
But my website, www.solutionsandresources.org, on Facebook and on Twitter, same name, Pastor Donovan Price.
Oh, before we part company, I got to get your take on, early in the program, I was talking about sandwiches. And so What do you like on your sandwich? Do you like Miracle Whip or mayonnaise?
Oh well, that goes without saying. Miracle Whip.
Okay. All
Are
right.
you a mayo person?
Mayo. I love. Don't get me wrong. I was raised on Miracle Whip for years. That's what I was telling everybody. And I taste mayo for the first time, changed my life. Haven't looked back since.
You know, I'm the opposite.
So okay, you was raised on mayo. Okay.
Mayo, and then in the South, it's just in my grandmother's jar. It said salad dressing.
Right. That's right.
And but it was a tangy mayo, and I thought, I and then when Miracle Whip really came out, then I didn't look back again. So one of these next coming up things we got to talk about is these new restaurants. I don't know how many you've been to, but the new restaurant, Black owned in particular restaurants that are out now are
there are a lot of them.
You know, the Soul Food Lounge. The Soul Food Lounge is one. There's a barbecue place now. Sanders,
yeah.
You know, just a bunch of places that are incredible.
I had a bad experience at Sanders, man. I'm not going to downgrade the whole thing because that was just my experience. I got screwed, man. I'll say it. So I was there with a friend of mine, and we went, and it was, first of all, usually there's a line out the door.
That's right.
And it was at night, and it was a line out there, and we figured, okay, let's go in because ain't nobody, outside. We go in there, place was packed. They had a menu, had two menus, and they would check off what they did not have on them. Say the check by that we don't have this, we don't have that. All right. So we got what was there. We waited. We were going to eat there. We waited. And I went up back to the front, and I could have swore that what they had probably done, in my opinion, because we get there, it's like, we don't have it. What do you mean you don't have it? You said earlier about an hour ago that this plate, you had this, that, and that's what we ordered. Oh, we don't have it. Could you order something else? What they did, Donovan, as far as I'm concerned, they probably took my order and gave it to Uber Eats and everybody else. But see, that's bad business, Doc. So if everybody enjoys Sanders, go right ahead. They're supposed to open up a new place in Hyde Park. I read about. So they're definitely growing. And I might as well go back for a different experience. That one experience, I got screwed, man. Because I wanted that Brontosaurus Flintstone rib, that beef rib, man. So
right, yeah. It's I tried actually for the first time yesterday.
Okay. What do you think of it?
I love the ambiance, and, and such. I wasn't a big fan of the barbecue.
Okay.
It wasn't nasty or anything like that. It's just that, I was wondering, I was discussing it, and I came up, my theory was the fact, because it had that, when people told me about it, I said, it ain't going to be. And it was just about what I thought, but it came off kind of Carson's-ish.
Got it. Okay, yeah.
You just
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm used to limbs and I-57 with a smoke everywhere and some dude on there, throwing water on the grill and on himself and everything else. And I believe that grill, and with the smokestack, that whole thing, I think that is cooking the meat a different kind of way.
You're probably onto something, because see, before that was Sanders, and that used to be a pizza place.
Yes,
it used to be a deep dish pizza place, and a sister a sister owned that place.
I didn't know that.
And I'd never forget. It was a sister owned the place, and she had white teenagers. No, I'm not talking about race now. I'm just saying what it was. White teenagers working in the summertime, but it was a sister that owned that pizza place for a long time.
Yeah. I think if you don't have that big grill, then the texture of the barbecue, the way the barbecue is cooked, is different.
Yeah.
Because like when it comes to rib tips and that type of barbecue, when they say, "Oh, it was so good, it just fell off the bone," that's not a positive.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No. See, if you boil your ribs, it's heresy. Really, I mean, I know you do religion and everything, and somebody should go back to hell doing that. You gonna boil ribs? It's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that I'm not with the ribs meat falling off the bone.
No, me neither.
I need a couple of them to be a little too tough to even, bite.
Right.
Throw them to the side and get you
Right.
one. Get you a good one.
Right. Right.
Some bristle.
Right. Some gristle. Right. There you go. Little some smoky fat on it.
Right. All of that.
Yeah. All that. Yeah, Doc. No, as a matter of fact,
they'd be too pretty.
well, look, I tell people all the time, turn your head because I'm about to eat. It ain't nothing nice. It ain't nothing nice. But no, I mean we should we mess around and do like a food review one day just to break the norm and do
Absolutely.
something a little different. And we gotta look into that serious real talk. So I'll jot that down and then we'll go from there. Because that'll be different just to go to a place and do a food review and something different for us is concerned and for the program is concerned. So yeah, I'll run up the flagpole with you and I'll see how you feel about it, and then we'll pick a couple places.
All right, for sure.
Sound like a plan. Thank you, Donovan. Good to see you again, brother.
All right, God bless.
God bless you. Thank you so much. Pastor Donovan Price joins us every Friday, when he can, right here on the second hour of BaseLine. So let's see, as we continue on, let's see, 312-597-2106. Again, the phone number, 312-597-2106 to come in and free your mind. Also, you can catch me on the YouTube channel. Of course, that's very vitally important. YouTube, that's the Chris Base channel, all one word with a dot at the end channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share for that. Instagram, I am the base. Also on Facebook Live. And then, of course, the live link. So we're talking about food just now and everything, but something I might call it a hot link. I don't want anybody get confused and everything else. So yeah, you ask for the show link, I'll put it in there, and then come on through. Civil rights activist, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, was hospitalized on Wednesday here in Chicago, the Rainbow Bush Coalition announced. His family told ABC 7 that he remained stable Thursday evening while surrounded by loved ones at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. In recent years, Reverend Jackson has been seen in a wheelchair, and public comments from the civil rights icon have been warning. It was believed Jackson had Parkinson's disease, but officials with Rainbow Push said he was diagnosed earlier this year with a neurodegenerative disease. Santita Jackson stepped away from her father's bedside for a moment as Reverend Jackson spent a second straight night at Northwestern Hospital with complications of that disease. Tough times never last, but tough people do. And with God on your side, you are a majority, she said. This is not a tragic moment. This is a triumphant moment, as my mother said. We both started at less than zero, and now he is a hero to so many. And he is, and he continues to be one. Let's see. I agree with Pastor Price. You need to be able to bite into the meat. Absolutely. No, you're right about that. No, that whole thing about boiling ribs, is disgusting. I wasn't raised on that personally. But my dad would barbecue, and then he passed on to me. No, we didn't boil the ribs. We smoked them. We had them on there for hours. And this is when you know it's time for you to, for example, pass the fork, because my dad always did ribs. So for me as a kid, I would like the hot dogs, the hamburgers, stuff like that. The small food, I called it. And then one day I was like 13, and it was like, okay, it's your turn. Just like that. And I started to do the ribs. He was standing behind me, and I watched the fire and things like that. Put water on it, control the temperature. So yeah, we never boiled our ribs. Never. I mean, and if anything, when you get, for example, the St. Louis cut ribs that my mom and dad always got for years, and now as I got older, you see everybody do it on television and on cooking shows. They'll take the membrane off of the bag and season it very thoroughly, and my mom and dad would, have it overnight in the refrigerator. Then the next morning we would barbecue. Jesse Jackson Jr. addressed his father's condition on his radio show Thursday afternoon. On behalf of the Jackson family, we can not extend enough of our gratitude for those of you who have expressed your thoughts and prayer over the last 24 hours, Jackson Jr. said. Dad has lived a number of years past the life of expectancy of associated with this particular disease, has put up and continue to put up a valiant struggle against this particular form of unique Parkinson's, for which there is no cure. Reverend Jackson was diagnosed with this in April of 2025, Rainbow Push has announced. We are grateful for the medical team at Northwestern Hospital. Reverend Jackson is receiving appropriate treatment. Thursday evening statement from Operation Push, Rainbow Push read in part. They will continue to monitor his progress and well-being to ensure the best possible care and support. So, well, you hate to hear things like this, but he's getting the best of care, and he is up there in age, and it goes back to what Robin Roberts' mother said when she had the book meeting. Robert Roberts, everybody got something. Everybody got something. So, thoughts and prayers to uplift the Jackson family. And, you know, I'll share a Jackson story. So, over the years, I got to know Jonathan Jackson. And Jonathan Jackson is now Congressman Jackson of Illinois. But prior to that, he was a professor, and he would do these weekly segments with my man Cliff Kelly on radio station WBON. And there were times where I run into him at the radio station, me and Jonathan, and it was just so cool to see him because when I would do my show on social media, then sometimes Jonathan would be in the comment section. And I was just honored that he was in the comment section. I've seen even Jesse Jr. in the comment section sometimes. I know he's busy doing his show. We're around the same time. But a few times over the years, I've seen Junior on there. So, yeah, when you see someone that you admire over time and check out your work, whether it's good, better, and different, I think it's an honor. So it's an honor for me. So going back to Jonathan, so they had done their segment. So Cliff Kelly was doing afternoons on VON. And then Jonathan would come on and say, I think it was like on a Wednesday, something like that, per week. And he did it for 10 years straight. And Cliff was retiring. So I was invited to their last get together to celebrate their 10 years. So it was at a place on the South Side. I forgot the name of the place offhand. So it was a restaurant, soul food restaurant, and we went there, and it was nice. Every Jackson had their own table. So let's see. So it was Santita had her own table. The parents had their separate tables because they had their invited guests that they were hosting. And Jonathan had this table. So the table I was sitting at was adjacent from Jonathan's. And I pitched him the idea of him coming on my show, me and Jonathan, to continue that information that Jonathan used to give. And we talked about it. In theory, he had agreed. But then he shifted and, of course, went on to run for politics. And I told you he eventually won. So congratulations to Congressman Jonathan Jackson. And I was sitting in the room. It was the first time I ever sat in the room with Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. Or any of the, I knew Santita. I knew Santita because we worked together at WVON. But that was about it. But just everybody else I've seen on television or had read about or both. And so it was just it was, you know what? It was surreal to be in the same room with these people that you grew up seeing on television and seeing in the newspapers and seeing on, Ebony and Jet. And then you're right in the room with them. And Reverend Jackson waved at me. He knew me from a can of paint. So it was a selected few guests, mind you. It was very intimate. It was very nice. I think probably say total of maybe 30 people. But it was just so much fun. And then you realize how much these people in your lives mean to you, especially when you get a chance to meet them in person. Good stuff. So yes, continue prayers for them. Shout out to my man Wise All, of course, for bringing this program on Real Wise Radio. Thank you so much, brother, as always. And I apologize for being sick the past few times. Just sometimes just gotta stay in bed and get well, whether it's mentally or physically or sometimes both. I probably say all times both when that happens. So, got a chance to see Being Eddie, but I got about 15 minutes left in it because I kept getting interrupted. Being Eddie documentary on Netflix. Man, it is lovely. It is a lovely story. Eddie Murphy, as I always said, stone cold genius. And to hear him tell his story and Hollywood and pretty much how people are just how he changed the game, especially with people of color, especially with black comedians in particular. Because you got to figure they only, meaning Hollywood, allowed so many black comedians to really go there. Case in point, he was referring to Bill Cosby and then eventually Richard Pryor. And then really the next star after Richard Pryor, which was years later, was Eddie Murphy. Let's see. Omar says, Chris, take your time and relax and get well. You have a great weekend. You have a great weekend as well, Omar. Thank you for that. Absolutely. And my man, the cartoon said, Elmer Fudd West and relaxation at West. Yeah, don't sleep on sleep. We gotta take care of ourselves. If the body says go to sleep, take your ass to bed. Makes all the sense in the world. Get that rest. So I was saying, from the standpoint of the documentary, which is wonderful, I highly recommend it. Like I said, about 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes left to go, but about 10, 15, but still, it's just the dynamic of the whole thing. Hey, Barbara Jean, never apologize for being under the weather or not feeling well. Yeah, I know, right? It was it's something because you have to respond to your body, and there are times when you can, run yourself ragged or run yourself to the point where, look, I need to slow down and just sit and slow your ass down. Do whatever it takes to do that and do it effectively. That makes sense to me. So yeah, no, you're right about that. I don't like letting people down. I don't. But at the same time, if I gotta slow down, I gotta slow down. Just that simple. That goes for all of us. So I was reading about Reverend Jackson. I know Barbara Jean. Did you hear anything about Reverend Jackson recently? I know you connected to the family, obviously, but no, I just connected it. Well, I just read what I heard. I thought maybe if you had any more information. As far as I know, he's still in the hospital at Northwestern, and he's resting and getting the best of care, which is all we can hope for. Eddie Murphy did a great job in the movie Dreamgirls. I wish he Oscar for performance in the movie. Omar types. Yeah, James Thunder Early was the character that he played in Dreamgirls. No, he was up for the supporting actor position, and he should have got it. He should have got it. I mean, I'm biased, of course, 'cause I'm an Eddie Murphy fan, like most people are, but he should have got it. But it's politics in Hollywood. It's like politics is local. Politics is all over the place. Let's see. So Jesse Jackson Jr. has been spending the night with Reverend. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for that update. I think it was. Yeah, it was Jesse Jr. who mentioned on his social media page about spending time with his father at the hospital. Yeah, you're right about that. That's right. Thank you for confirming that. Chinta Strasburg posted great information regarding Reverend's diagnosis. Yeah, Chinta Strasburg. She used to write for the Chicago Defender. Thank you for that. Thank you, Barbara John. I appreciate that. So, but the Eddie Murphy documentary, that doc is great. It really is. It's very informative. It's nice. It takes you back down memory lane, and the band literally had changed the game in Hollywood single-handedly. He really did. I wish he win the Oscar for Dreamgirls. As for Jesse Senior, he's in my prayers, as Omar had typed there. Absolutely. I know what you meant. I know what you meant about Eddie getting the Oscar. Yeah, for Dreamgirls, for James Thunder Early role. I mean, he stood out. He did. He stood out, and it was Eddie again, putting forth what Eddie does. Eddie is a dynamic artist. A dynamic artist. That's what happens. And people are artistic. You ever see a movie called Mr. Church with Eddie Murphy? I highly recommend that. If you've seen it, I think it's a tour de force of, again, his artistry. It's a dramatic role, and he was great at it. And we had a conversation before about comedians. I'd like to ask a comedian one day. It seems as though that comedians make great dramatic actors. Like they can really go from the laughing mask to the serious mask in acting. I believe that. Mr. Church was an excellent movie, Barbara Jean. It really was. It really was. Barbara Jean typed before that. Let's see. You're welcome. I've shared my experiences with Northwestern Memorial Hospital and the the Prentice Hospital with Jesse Jackson Jr. Oh yeah. I seen Mr. Church. It was a good movie, and Eddie Murphy was at his best in the movie. He was dynamic. Mr. Church is a fantastic tour de force. Let's see. That was a great role for Eddie Murphy to play in Dreamgirls. He made Jimmy Early character his own. Sick Types. Oh yeah. When the girls are being recruited so he can have the backup singers for his act, even the song is funny that he sings. I know what's happening. Do 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 do. I've been around. Do do do. Faking my way to every town. I make my money. Do do do. Off of my sound. Yeah. And a game of hits. They go around and around and around and around. Oh Lord. Only Eddie Murphy. Only Eddie Murphy. I really delight in his work. Just fantastic. So obviously you're a fan of Eddie Murphy. Please check out Being Eddie. It's currently running on Netflix. Let's see what else we got here. Let's not forget that Eddie Murphy also sings and plays both guitar and piano. That is also in the doc as well. Also in the doc as well, yes. And the man sang with Michael Jackson, for God's sake. I wasn't really cool with the song. What's up, but it was kind of strange. They have a right to be strange. Hell, is Eddie Murphy and Michael Jackson singing together in the sunshine and blue skies and like cartoon steam around them and cartoon clouds and everything. What's up? I was like, y'all can have that one, Doc. Party All the Time that came out back in the day written by Rick James. As Eddie told the story, not only on the documentary, but he told it before that he got snowed in with Rick in his was a New Jersey house for like 3 weeks. Damn. You're snowed in for 3 weeks with somebody? Ooh wee. Are you still friends? That's a long time, 3 weeks with somebody, unless y'all just cool. But that could test one's friendship. Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Could you do that? I mean, if you have no choice, if you have no choice, because the elements are the elements, and that's that. But 3 weeks with somebody, jeez. What about your underwear? When your underwear like stick to you, if you didn't bring it, I'm just saying, you know, what I mean, that's how my mind works. I'm like, I'm trying to, you don't want to be around there being functified. Of course, and what if the running water stopped because of the frozen pipes? Mm-mm. That is not good, man. Far from it. That's. I can't even fathom that. 3 weeks. Eh. Let me see. I don't know. I'm just watching this thing. Yeah, I don't like. Again, I like this format that they gave me on. It got this big ass head there. Mm-mm-mm. Stream. I need to ass this kick for this shit. They really do. Okay, as we go here. All right, so here's the link that Sick had asked for. Okay, please have the link to chat. So there's the link, not only for Sick, but also for everybody else who wants to get on board. I keep telling you, this is not the Sick link. It's not. It's for other people. I gotta keep telling y'all that because one day you're gonna break the fourth wall and bring your ass up in here and start talking to me. What we call dry begging right now. I'm dry begging. Yeah, not begging. That's different. I'm dry begging right now. I admit that. So again, I have to pound that into your mind. So because one day somebody's going to break the chain and say, you know what, my name is not Sick Diggy. I'm gonna come through anyway and be a part of the show. Now, and last person to do that, well, we had Grace on, but Grace was a guest. Well, Grace had come through, and Grace is also a friend of the show. And then before that, it was Wise. Of course, me being on Wise's internet station, that was very cool of him to take time out to be part of the program. But other than that, it's you gotta come through and have more people come through besides one person. I'm not knocking Sick, mind you. I'm just trying to get people to come through more. That's all. I gotta keep saying it because other than that, you won't do it. Ah, tea is good. Okay. So yeah, I'm dry begging, and it's Friday, of course, and I just want more participants. I keep saying this because somebody's gonna come through one day. I don't know when or who he or she is, but you gotta keep plugging away. Yeah, and again, I apologize for this format um, that StreamYard is putting out here. I wish they never would have done it. Once again, I got to go back and see if I can correct this thing and swell down the head that's on here because it's really goddamn disgusting. So I apologize to everybody seeing this big ass noggin, bigger than what it is. Let's see here. Let's see. What do you say, Barbara Jean? I don't want to talk to your ass on the air. Okay. Let's leave this back over for a couple seconds. Sick. I'll be right there in a couple of seconds. Give me this. Barbara Jean, who I've known for a lot of years, a great supporter and a great friend, told me from day one, A1, I am not going to call up into your radio station. She's not going to do it. She said, I don't call. Now, I will call for your birthday, and I will call for Christmas. But on that, I don't call it. And she's right. And I got that. So when you talk about I don't want to talk to your ass on the air, first of all, that's kind of harsh to say my ass. That's kind of harsh. I don't want to talk to your ass on the air. Well, the mighty have fallen. Okay, so we got that. But yeah, Barbie don't call and talk to me anyway on the air. She made it perfectly clear from day one. So there you go. Once I just apologize about the noggin. I'm sorry. I'm on that. That's the thing. Let's see. You venture out. Say hello to one Sick Digger. How you doing, Sick? Thank you for being here.
Hey, what's going on, man? Right
my
now,
head
I
keep getting
think
bigger. My head keep getting bigger and bigger. I'm sorry, Doc. This is a damn shame.
all I can say right now is what's up with StreamYard? What's up with StreamYard here?
I don't
Did
know.
you check the troubleshoot?
No, I don't know. StreamYard need the asses kicked. I mean, really, and you got to get in line. This is ridiculous. So, yeah, I got to figure out. Yeah, I got to figure out what it is. I probably have to, again, I'll go through on my off time and check this out. This is stupid, man. They need to get. I mean, they really need some mental help. I'll be curious to find out. I'm sure, obviously, somebody's using it, but why use it? Why use it? Nobody will look at your funky ass. Who wants to look at somebody, just blow up, I don't know, like they, I hate to use the word, morbidly obese. I mean, who the hell wants that shit? So, yeah, it's, If I could put him in a figure 4 leg lock right now, I would StreamYard and do that. I put him in a figure 4 leg lock and jump off the top ring with a flying elbow like Randy Macho Man Savage.
It's times like this I'm glad my mother and father told me to always learn to read the instruction manual, but also don't be afraid or don't hesitate to check the troubleshoot section.
Absolutely.
And StreamYard is doing too much because I got some partners. They do some live streams and hangouts and whatnot, and StreamYard be doing too much. I don't know what they do because the prices and the rates have been going up and features and whatnot. I'm like, what the hell is going on with these folks? I remember a few years ago there used to be Google Hangouts, and you didn't have this type of mess on Google Hangouts. I remember using Google Hangouts. You didn't have this type of mess with them.
Right.
So this doesn't make any sense. I mean,
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, just like now all of a sudden, I just want to say about Google Hangouts. How could it be? She's so gone away. But it is what it is.
It is. Like I said before, if I could just get that motherfucker in the figure 4 leg lock, I would do it. But best laid plans. What's on your mind, man?
Well, as long as you're gonna be going woo in the process, style and profile in the process, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You can't just do a figure 4 leg lock and not do the whole thing about Mr. Flair. I mean, come on now, Rick damn near invented it. What I loved about Ric Flair was he never disappointed when he would do his shootouts. He never disappointed. I remember watching him as a kid, and of course, when I got to being an adult, when they used to have a WCW, Monday Nitro, and I remember.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Oh man, he was in full, Ric Flair regalia, had a nice suit on, and of course the Rolex and the stomp profiling, and he was like Mean Gene, like he said, Mean Gene was like, let's bring in. He said, let's bring in the champion.
Yeah.
He was like, let's bring in the champion right now, Ric Flair. Your audience is waiting for you. Go right ahead. Mean Gene. Woo! Let me tell you something right now. I am the man. I am the heavyweight champion. I am a part of the championship of the 4 Horsemen. I got
Mm-hmm.
the tag team championship with Arn Anderson and woman. Woo! And that's all he said. When he first introduced woman, he was like,
Mm-hmm.
me was like, does she have a name? No. Her name is woman. That's all you gotta call her. Well, woman, that's enough. That's enough. Don't talk to her.
Yeah,
I used to
rest in
love that.
peace, Nancy Benoit. Rest in
Yeah.
peace, Nancy Benoit, formerly known as Nancy Sullivan. She was Kevin Sullivan's wife before she got with Chris Benoit. That was a
That's
mess,
right.
but that's another story
It
for another
was. It
time.
was. Correct.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking about the whole thing about the Eddie Murphy documentary. I'm going to watch it later, but in the
Yes.
back of my mind, I can't help but think about, and you got to blame Dave Chappelle for this thought in my head. Because remember when I mentioned Eddie could sing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, Rick James produced, Party All the Time for Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
But trust and believe, Charlie was there.
Yes.
Charlie and Rick, there was always going to be some problems. They were going to be laughing. There's going to be some problems. Charlie Murphy!
You know what I would have loved? I would have loved if they would have did an animated series of Charlie Murphy versus Rick James.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect. If they would have struck a deal with Cartoon Network's Adult Swim.
No, it had to be Adult Swim. It had to be Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Just with the amount of prep had to be in it.
Charlie Murphy versus Rick James. That's the name of it. And every episode is them going at each other. That would have rolled, man. That would have been some of the best TV ever. It's still not too late, even get, of course, get permission from both the states. But man, that would be hilarious.
That would have given both. That would give Adult Swim a big boost, especially after the Boondocks and Black Dynamite. Came and went. Yeah, those two. That would have been great. But I remember also mentioning. I'm all over the place, folks, and don't be mean about Base about his big head. He ain't got a big head like that. All right. I mean, Base, his father would tell you, I got a big ass mouth. My own father used to tell me I got a big ass mouth. Hey, a lot of people know I got a big ass mouth.
Well, I got to get the head comments because I talk about my own head. I just know that when it was superimposed like this, that's what gets me. If I'm back in the background like where I was before when it was a good shot from my video cam, then I'm cool. But now I'm up on the screen with this big ass dome of mine. I just hate for the people more so me. I know I have a big ass head. I just hate it for the people. So I keep apologizing. Please forgive me. So yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. I remember there's a picture. I remember there's pictures of you with a fedora on. You still got them? You still got the hat?
Yes, I do.
I mean, you look nice because I know you look nice with that. That looks nice on you. You make it. I mean, it's a good hat, a good fedora, especially because that's that nice aesthetics from the past and everything. So I've seen some old heads from from the solid generation when they wear that, especially when it's tilted to the side and everything.
Yeah. Oh, that's styling profiling. Yeah, that's good.
That
stuff.
styling profile, especially with a good suit and everything, because that was a beautiful aesthetic they had back then. But anyway, I'm just thinking, we were having like weird conversations earlier about mayo and sandwiches and whatnot.
Yes.
I remember as a kid, because I'm an 80s kid. I was born in the 80s. I'm an early 80s baby. Coming up in the 90s, I remember hearing about peanut butter and mayo. Now, I'm a weird kid. I won't lie to you. I've tried peanut butter and mayonnaise. Not so bad. I've tried peanut butter banana. That's pretty cool. Somebody once talked about peanut butter and honey. Still haven't tried that yet. But, these type of conversations, you look at that stuff, you're like, oh, all right. It's cool. But but for some reason, and I'm sick in the head for this, for some reason, I had a thought about how ridiculous and how comedic would it be if people started having a really heated conversation about PB&J sandwich? Like, what would be the ideal PB&J sandwich?
Oh, gosh.
They would be going back and forth. They'd be going back and forth about the peanut butter. Should it be smooth or crunchy? Should it be Jif? Should it be Skippy? Somebody might say Peter Pan. and they get looked at sideways for it. Arguing about the type of jam, which should it be Smuckers or some others. Somebody be saying, we should get some goober, or they arguing about the bread. Should it be have the crust without the crust? Should it be toasty? Should it be just fresh?
Okay.
It would be just love it, just have that conversation. I would be
Okay.
having just a laugh about that. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. See, now I had like PSTD
Oh.
over this sandwich. Okay, so it was a few years ago, maybe about 3 years
No.
ago. I was at Illinois Media School about 3 or 4 years ago. So
Okay.
they asked the instructors to come by for some training on a Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and we'd be paid for it. So I said, okay, cool, we're getting paid for it. That's cool. So we were, they had a light lunch like a light breakfast, and they had like a lunch afterwards. So in between, we were broken into three groups.
Right.
And then our supervisors told us, if you were teaching a class, how would you teach a class to prepare a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? That was the assignment. So, like what you just said. So, all three of us, we're looking. We're in the group that I'm in, and we're going over what type of bread, what type of peanut butter, knife versus spoon and stuff like that. So, things like that nature. So, all three groups had a spokesperson. They would get up and say what we had talked about, or what group had talked about how to fix a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Prepare it. So, all three groups were wrong. So I'm like, how the fuck is that possible? So our supervisor said, what you should have said in the beginning was to tell the student to take the twisty tie and unwrap it, and then tell them to take their hands and go in and get 2 pieces of bread. So now you're bullshitting. So now we had to be, so then she says, this is why I zoned out. You have to tell them that, because if you don't, they'll rip the bread open. I'm like, okay, so the students are fucking savages now. They're gonna rip open and not use the twisted tie. I'm like, so I plead the following, that I had blacked the entire fuck out.
I don't blame you.
My colleagues told me I was cuss up a storm. I don't remember, because when I said it, and for that reason I'm out, I was out. I was told, I was in the back with my fellow colleagues, and I kept saying, this is bullshit. You wasted my time, this bullshit. Fuck y'all. But because, again, you're insulting the students' intelligence by saying they're going to rip open the bread. That I could not even co-sign what else she was saying to that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. That's another person go back to hell. Go back to hell. Go back.
Yeah. No, you got to break out the rope for that. You got to break out the ropes for that one.
Yeah, I'm those dominoes. I mean, that's gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. The thing about all that is, again, I was told later that our supervisor pulled that from some YouTube video of the whole peanut butter and jelly sandwich assignment. It wasn't even original. And then to tell everybody that they're wrong, the whole thing was bullshit from day 1A1. That's what gets me. So you're wasting my time and wasting time with the students by saying they're dumb as fuck. You got to tell them to take the twisty tie off because they're not that smart to do it themselves.
That's insulting the students' intelligence right there. Come on now. We were raised better. A lot of us had common sense and raised. I remember how to use a twisty tie since I was a little kid. All right. That's nothing to do. My mother in the drawer we had for the cutlery and everything.
Yeah.
Right beside the tray, she had a whole array of unused twisty ties just in case. You can never have enough.
Amazing.
Because especially when she had 3 little kids at the time. I'm the oldest of 4, but when she had 3 kids, she had 3 little kids at the time that were ages like 5 and a toddler. She had to make sure that we keep forgetting where the twisty ties were, because we're all little kids at the time. We don't know any better.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
And I'm 5. The only I
Mm,
know how to make my own. I knew how to make my own PB&J sandwiches and
right.
but I'd be careful with. But I needed, I just need somebody to watch me when I poured the milk. I had to use a little
Thank you.
plastic cup instead of using glass because I'm a kid. I'm
Right.
still a little kid at the time,
Thank you. That's it.
and I
That's
had to
all.
use a butter knife. So
Right.
so I'm just like, common sense obviously isn't common sense, but
No, it's not.
you're gonna do some some janky shenanigans like that.
Janky
I'm like,
shit.
I ain't
Just
doing
off
it.
what it is. It's just I mean,
I know.
I know what you're saying. And my thing was this, sick. I had got to the point
Uh-huh.
where I
Uh-huh.
realized that my supervisor and other people, like, we ever see the
Uh-huh.
cartoons where the person becomes so hungry they look at a person, they turn into like a hot dog with legs
Oh
or a
yeah, I
hamburger with
remember
legs.
those.
Right. So in this situation, all the students were just dollar signs with legs. Because I was told the students coming in running off at 18,000 per or 18.5 per. And with certain people that worked there, that's all they saw was dollar signs and not for the betterment of the student. And I come from educational background of teaching. If you're
Mhm.
anti-student, I'm not on board. I'm not on
And
board.
you're
That's
very
not what
passionate
I'm
about
signing
what you
on for.
do.
Absolutely. Just like me and other instructors that were there as well, very passionate about what we do. Wish we wouldn't have signed up in the first place. So when you do things like that to cripple, to ignore, to not give the
Hmm.
student the benefit that they deserve of being there to learn radio and to learn about the internet and learn about social media and learn about
Hmm.
television, don't cheat them. Don't they're not there for that. So yeah, I felt bad because I really that's when I got back into teaching. I stopped teaching for a while, but I got back into it and it was fun again. It was fun to teach the current generation about talk radio and to see their minds light up. We talk about words and personalities and developing a personality for yourself when you go on social media, when you go on terrestrial radio and things of that nature. It was fun again, but some people just don't make it fun because they have a different agenda, and that in there lies the problem.
I get that.
You
Take me for example.
know?
My father, God rest his soul, he was a big fan of James Brown. I got into James Brown later, and
Yeah.
also listened to some of the old stuff he listened to because my dad was a boomer, so he was big on Motown.
Hmm.
But it wasn't until like I got into my 30s, I had a realization about what James Brown said about all the babies he took, all the acts and musicians he took under his wing. About I taught them everything that they know, but I didn't teach them everything that I know.
Hmm.
You give people a solid foundation, but eventually they have to come into their own. Just like how everybody he took under his wing, they started out one way, but eventually they had to strike out on their own and become their own person. Had to find their own sound, their own voice. But they got the solid foundation from James Brown, and that also connected me with my father because I remember I'm always going to be my father's son no matter what. But eventually, I had to become my own man. I had to become a man first and foremost from me. I had to be my own person. And that's the thing that also talk about talk radio. We all start out, trying to emulate the person we look up to, but eventually we come into our own. And that's something I'm sure you establish for your students,
Oh,
because
absolutely.
you give them a solid foundation, so they can at least grow and develop and come into their own. And a lot of them, I'm sure they found their own niche, their own style, their own way of presentation, and
Yes.
their own way of speaking, and their gift of gab and everything. But it all comes back to who they were influenced by. Just like so many comics, a lot of comics. I mean, Eddie Murphy. Remember, Eddie was influenced by both Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby, and so many people were just inspired by Eddie.
Hmm.
And they okay, and it wasn't just the Phil fly, Phil, as Bill Cosby once said, but it was more than that because Eddie understood observational humor. And you see
Yes.
how everything's interconnected, folks. You see how I
Absolutely.
connected dots. Hmm. Everything's interconnected. I love that. I love that. I love that, man. It's just good laughs and good joys. But I know somewhere in heaven, Charlie Murphy and Rick James are throwing down. And then afterwards, they're going to have a good laugh about everything. But unfortunately, we're also going to probably see Charlie Murphy getting his behind whooped or his backside handed or get his ass handed to him by Prince on the ball court. And Rick James just looking at this like, this is all wrong. This is wrong.
You
This
know
is all
what?
wrong.
That whole thing with Chappelle with the True Hollywood Stories was
He true
instant,
Hollywood stories.
instant hit, and it was really one of those things when you watch it in real time. It was always taking a life of its own, and it was just fun to watch. And man, just like when he told a story real quick about Charlie Murphy, him and his brother, when Rick had come over to their house and had this white sofa and he had these boots on, and he had dirt on the boots, meaning Rick, played by Dave Chappelle,
the suede couches. F your couch. F your couch. F your couch.
Darknesses. He could call them darknesses. Eddie and Charlie darknesses. So Charlie was like, my brother said, "What should we do?" And I said, "We should kick his ass." And then they went in. So here's Charlie holding him down. Well, I was like, Eddie was holding him down. Was beating the hell out of him. Yeah.
Black magic. Oh, those cold as ice.
Oh my God.
No. Him just crawling out of there. They should have never gave you suckers money. You guys could have gave you cash.
Dragon, right? Oh man, you know what? I'm telling you, if they within the sound of my voice, I just asked for a percentage. If they was making this into an animated series, I guarantee it would be a hit, man.
Better than the Good Times animated show. Even though I have yet to see that, just to see understand it.
I didn't even watch it. I couldn't.
Good move.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch it.
Good move.
The reviews were horrible.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't watch
it.
I was saying.
I just.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, but you understand, it's just like this is all entertainment, but it's that show business. That's also, but sometimes I think when we look at the entertainment industry, and this is also comes back to Michael Jackson, because remember, Michael learned about the business from his father, because remember, the Jackson 5, they were managed by Joe Jackson. Joe was adamant that they would go to Motown because Motown offered them the best deal, and he made sure they got the best percentage. And because of that, Michael learned about the business aspect of show business, because everybody's too focused on the show and not so much on the business. So much so that Michael, to this day, has always had the highest royalty percentage ever, 37-something%. Nobody's ever got anything more than 20 to 25% royalties. When you think about that, that's how powerful he was business-wise.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Eddie and everybody, so many people, should have sat down with him and learned the business. But who else sat artists down and gave them the business? Prince.
Okay, got
Prince was gangster, because a lot of people talk to him. Oh yeah. So that was some of the wisest things. So, anyways, you were saying?
No, I was saying, I'm on the clock right now, so we got a park company. But I was saying that we mentioned about father and son. I've always said in my situation, my dad, I was 22 when my dad passed away. And my oldest daughter, Brianna, was 6 months old. So he got a chance to see his first grandchild for 6 months. And I've always said that the death of my father was the birth of my manhood.
Oh.
And it took on a whole different perspective because he wasn't around for me to be a dad. We only celebrated that one Father's Day, and that was that. He died a few days after that, and so having the mantle of becoming a father, now a grandfather, it's beyond a blessing. It's a blessing times two. So going from father to grandfather, and so to all of you out there who are role models, who are grandmother figures or grandmothers or grandfather figures, please impart what you can to the children because they need it, especially nowadays, man. And once again, I keep saying, in the temperature of our country and our world right now, information is vital, and let it not be the wrong information. Information that can better help that person, and they can be of all
Mhm.
ages. The way we're going right now, but I'm on the clock, man. But sick. Always look forward to your voice, man. Thank you for calling in. Not
Yeah.
calling, but getting the link in and being a part of the show as always. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, man. Also to Reverend Jackson, all the best. May he get well soon. If not, may he go without pain. May God deliver him from all that he's dealing with. But to everybody else, y'all have a blessed weekend. Grace, it's good to have. Thank you for having me, man. I love you, and do have a blessed week. And also happy November to every one of y'all. Love y'all.
Hey, love you more. Take care. Say, talk to you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye. Our friend and brother Sick Diggy all the way out there in Norway, all the way on the other side of the universe. So, thank you as always for being a part of the program. Let's see. Before we part company, the Bears, my beloved Bear, they are playing the Minnesota Vikings. Let's see, at Minnesota. Sunday's coming Sunday, 12 p.m. Central, noon time kickoff. The Bears are 6-3. The Vikings are 4-5. Again, the Bears been very sketchy, but very tricky. They start pretty strong, but sometimes they just get kind of yuck. they kind of blitz. So I'm gonna go with the Bears. I don't do scores because that could be anything, but I'm hoping they can walk away with a record of 7-3. So that's what I'm looking forward to, being the Vikings. So we'll see. Have a great weekend coming up. Do something you love. Do something that you love to do, that you love to do things to a person they allow you to, as long as not against the law. Let's see. Real quick before we go. Hey, Barbara Jean, I'll see y'all next time. Be well and stay safe. You too. Hey, what's up, man? I said, are you ready for a Wicked film release? Well, I didn't even see the first one. I didn't see the first movie at all. Me personally, I know if anybody out there, but probably going to do a special show on that or a segment coming up about Wicked. Or Wicked, was it Wicked Forever or Wicked for the Rest of My Life? Or Wicked, what's the name of the second movie? Wicked because my ass hurts. Well, how does that go? How'd that go, Rachel? Let me know, because I was seeing like a little bit of it. So it's a continuation, of course, of the Wicked story that had come out months earlier. So now we're looking at the continuation story of that. When they say, perhaps I'll punch a bully in the nose. There you go. That's how you do it. Woo. Yeah, that's how you do it. Let's see. So yeah, let's do it. Wicked for Good. Yeah, Wicked for Good is the sequel to Wicked. I haven't seen the first one. My oldest daughter Brianni loves it. She saw the play like 3 or 4 times before the movie had come out. Loves the movie. Said it was spot on. Said it was great. It made her cry. So she is definitely Brianni looking forward to the Wicked for Good. Wicked for Good, man. Let's see. What was the other one thing here before we skedaddle? I think that was it. So Sixers have a blessed Thanksgiving to one and all. Now, do you ever think if your Thanksgiving got there early? Because I was on the 27th here in America, so we have another few weeks before our Thanksgiving. So that's on the November 27th will be Thanksgiving here. Because Thanksgiving early. How you celebrate out there where you are. So we will see. Those of you out there going to check out Wicked, check it out. Wicked for Good. Wicked for Good, man. Continue to be safe. Continue to be sound. Continue to be healthy. Most importantly, above anything else, continue to be loved. Long live the peace. Long live the funk. More power to you. As always, keep your head up.